welcome back to another episode of Today with Ray. I'm here with Atiba Johnson, huge staple in the city, and we're just so excited. It's Black History Month, so I'm really excited to be talking to Atiba today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, and notification bell so you'll be aware when future episodes come out. Atiba, how are you today?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. Actually, I'm glad to be here. First episode, Black History Month.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a hero at this point.
You are.
I'm here. Read Black History Month. She started it off right. African name.
Yeah. So as we get started in this interview, tell us a little bit about yourself and why is it that you became an entrepreneur?
So I am a local. I am from Wilmington. I love my city. I became an entrepreneur because I did not want somebody to tell me, hey, you make this amount of hours, you can only work 40 hours a week, and then that's it. I just felt like, I got way more to offer than that. And I want to be able to assist other people as well. So I wanted to get to the top of the food chain.
I love hearing that. And it's actually funny because out of all the people that I've interviewed so far, there's maybe been one other local. So talk to us a little bit, being from Wilmington, some of the challenges that you have may have seen through your entrepreneurial journey and how that looked. I talked last week about how the demographic here is about 70% white and 30% everything else.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about how it was for you as a Wilmington local being an entrepreneur.
Well, I guess my journey was a little different. I am a local. I didn't, all of that, this person holding you down type attitude mentality wasn't my mentality at all. And so I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I just felt like I needed to have a few irons in the fire to get where I needed to go in order to leave a legacy for my kids. And so I sat on several different boards with the city of Wilmington.
Okay.
I know I had to network and be immersed into everything because I knew it wasn't but so many people that look like me in this community, and I understand their struggles. So I couldn't really create a business solely for them. It had to be for everybody because it's going to take all dollars.
All dollars. And I heard you speak that you're a serial entrepreneur.
Yes.
How many businesses do you currently have currently under your belt?
All right, so I'm gonna hit you with a couple, and then I'm gonna give you a brief description.
Okay.
And so just to assist, I am a full-time Live Oak Bank employee. I am the business advisor for Channel Fire by Live Oak Bank, which is the Business Resource Center. So I do have a 9-to-5 as well, but I own Front Street Market and Produce, which is a grocery store here in downtown Wilmington, North Carolina, the only black-owned downtown grocery store.
And right. That's right. That's right.
But what I did was this was a food desert, and this shit's right next to Solomon Towers.
Right.
And those individuals that live next door didn't have any access to fresh fruits and vegetables, a place of their own to hang out or whatever. So I created a safe space for them. I knew that when I lost my grandmother, I was like, wow, she lived in Hillcrest, and I was just thinking, wow, she had somewhere to kind of go. Because, towards the last few years of her life, she was pretty much like anybody else grandma, just in the house.
Yes.
Not really doing too much, but comfortable with what they're doing. And so I get to see individuals, our older legacy, just come over here and shoot pool or hang out and talk and conversate or do whatever they want to do. And it's like their little community center. So I also own Coastal Transport U-Haul. I run that for Fresh Street Market and Produce. So I rent U-Hauls. Need a U-Haul, come holler at the boy.
Yeah.
S&J Concierge Services.
Okay.
Which is a full-fledged concierge service. We do everything from event planning, travel agency, wine delivery, grocery delivery, all of that. Food Foundation, the local 501c3 nonprofit foundation. And we've been around since 2014.
Okay.
And we started out helping just the youth. And that kind of grew a little bit into assisting everybody in our community. So we help individuals graduate, navigate the judicial system, conflict resolution. We help young men and women get out of gangs if that's what they want to do, help them find employment, help them with the college information. And then we're also part of the HOPS program. So we deliver food boxes to the needy in Pendleton, Hanover, and Brotherhood County. Currently, I'm serving about 28 individuals. So every week I'm dropping off food boxes for family for the Hoops Foundation. And so I'm just admin, I got the shirt on. It's a little small clothing line I created a few years back. My kids operate many million mindset. And so, yeah, man, I'm just out here trying to be the best version of me that I can.
Right. And how does he even find time to do anything else is beyond me. I want to dive a little bit more. You mentioned the Oops Foundation. How long has that been around?
2014, I started the Oops Foundation.
Okay.
It officially kind of hit the ground. We're playing with it in 2013 and officially started in 2014. So 2017, we went to the school board actually and did a presentation. I had 54 dropouts from the Hanover County schools. And, you know, they were supposed to just not make it, not do anything. So they came to the Oops Foundation. All 54 graduated. 49 went to college or received employment, and 3 went in the military. So we had like 2 of those individuals that was still trying to find their way.
Yeah.
But at least they graduated. So that prompted me to go to the New Hanover County schools, and I was like, hey, you know, I took 54-year dropouts. Next year, I want to double that. I did it with no funding from you guys. I did it out of my pocket. So now I went to them, and I did have full support except from one individual. And you know what? I don't even want to say his name, and I'm going to tell you why. His name has been drugged in the mud already enough for some of the things he's done. He's no longer an employee there. But that was our roadblock because I wanted to take 100 students the following year.
Right.
And I don't think many people know that the school system gets their money in the first 10 days of attendance. During that time, I was angry because I felt like most of the kids were either Hispanic or minority kids, Black, Hispanic. I had a couple white students, but for the most part, they looked like us. And if I could take 54 and make all 54 graduate, and I'm asking to double that the next year, in my opinion, I could have been biased.
Yes.
Who wouldn't want to support that?
Right. Absolutely.
So I proposed, I sent a budget proposal, and everybody was in support of it except for that one individual. So it got shot down, and then they called the same year and asked me because they opened JC Road.
Okay.
They actually called, hey, can you go out there?
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
No.
I did break down me and Reverend Armour, Frankie Roberts, a couple of people we did go tour and looking to see what JC Road was, you know.
Yeah. So again, you can see why I asked him to be the opening person for Black History Month. I almost got a tear in my eyes because the story is so big that you took on this mantle to not only hold yourself accountable, that you seeing that there's a problem, but holding others accountable, saying, you know, going to the school boards, making sure that you're hitting all of the local government officials and saying, hey, this is the problem. I've taken it on, but at some point, I would need resources to continue going, and you've done exactly that.
Which is a struggle. I'm going to be totally honest. Running a nonprofit, you know, it's one of the more popular things. Not everybody wants to do a nonprofit. And I kind of pulled away a few years back, like right before COVID, only because I have a difficult time going to ask.
Right.
I am always one. I've owned all kinds of nightclubs, laundromats, you name it. I've probably done it, car lots. I did it on my own, so it wasn't like I was going out asking the city, asking the county or anything.
Right.
But I will say, and because I sat on several different boards with the city, the support from government officials, local officials, tremendous for me. Mutual respect for all of them, both party lines. I have a keen love for our elected officials. That's also a difficult job, but nonprofit world is difficult because you have to ask. And you have to be someone or have someone close to you that doesn't mind asking. You know, but I do so many other things that I didn't want to be. Every time you saw me, it's like, oh, God, here he come. I got to buy something. You know what I'm saying? Or you got anybody ask for some money.
Yeah.
That's not who I wanted to be, but I did still want to make an impact in the community. So I felt like, let me do the work first. And then if it led you to donate the Oops, great. If it led you to want to volunteer, great. If it led you to want to say, hey, I I don't necessarily want to give money to that,
Right.
but I see that you're doing food boxes in these counties, and that's great. Let me donate some groceries to what you're doing. Let me come support your store or something else. Let me buy a Millionaire Mindset sweatshirt or a hoodie or something to go towards whatever you're doing. That's what that's for. Let me do the work first, and then if you like the work, because maybe this line of work isn't something that you agree with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you feel like I want to support veterans,
Right.
and I do too, and that's great. But that's just not in my will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely understand that. I do want to touch back onto the food boxes.
Okay.
So it seemed like forever ago, but COVID, kind of hit hard, and I think that we're slowly starting to trickle out of all of the impact and damages that it caused. How did that impact you as far as providing that service that started pre-COVID? How did that impact during COVID to still supply that need that was necessary?
Patience, faith, the man upstairs. To be totally honest, we were affected just like everybody else with COVID. So again, man, I have done a lot of great work. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way, so I'm not perfect. But grace and people saying, man, I like what you're doing. So I don't have much but here.
Okay.
So we have people come in all the time, either want to donate or contribute or whatever. Along with bootstrapping, man, my family support system, my community support system, everybody is phenomenal. That's why I say I really love my city, because you would be surprised who all and how many people that really reaches out and donates and does certain things. So without my circle, I would.
I understand that. So we want to backtrack, and you mentioned that you have a full 9 to 5. How do you manage having a 9 to 5, being a serial entrepreneur, dad? How do you manage all of that?
Yeah, some days I wonder myself. So yeah, man, channel is cool. So when I was offered the opportunity to be a full-time live employee, it was like, yeah, I don't know, because I have so many other things going on. But that's not work. That was something I was kind of already doing. And I'll say, man, Fatima, Lily, and Huntley were super supportive, and I see what you're doing in the community. I need you to continue to do that, because that's something that Live Oak Hearts are right now. And I do work a 9 to 5, but it's so flexible and relaxed.
Okay.
And it's always kind of tying back into what we're doing. We're a business resource center. We are there to support primarily minority, small business owners, women business owners, veteran business owners, but we take everyone. And so it's always a networking opportunity, opportunity to bring someone else in, to help someone else along their journey to entrepreneurship. And then, who else better than to tell somebody about, starting a business or whatever.
Of course.
So, but that's great. Shameless plug, 106 Market Street, 200. Come see us.
Yeah.
We meet business owners where they are. So if you're a startup or if you've been in business 20 years, we have a few remarkable things and programs, technical assistance, a lot of things, man, that's going on there. And it's a dope space. And you haven't seen it, definitely come by and check it out.
Yeah. Again, shameless plug, but we put it in there for a reason, because this is what this show is all about. It's about highlighting everyday entrepreneurs, and sometimes people just have that idea and they need a structure and they need some guidance. So definitely make sure you hit up Channel. I love all of them there. You've got one of the resources right here. You could put a face to a name now. So I want to venture into another. You said you had a business that does events and all of that, but you yourself host events.
I do.
Okay, talk to us a little bit about that, because that's just another layer of your entire package.
So the concierge service, man, started out, me and my wife started that years ago, man, and it was like phenomenal. It was great. It was different. And we kind of like added, it's everything in the repertoire. Like, you name it, we've done it or do it. And so events was something I've always done. I've had clubs. I had family members that was in the entertainment, hanging out with DJ Chow, Big B, Sandra, like all of us are like really close.
Right.
And so we kind of all just fed off for each other. And I do comedy shows now with Kansas,
Yep.
with Orlando Jones, Dallas Brown. I mean, you know, the lineup is crazy. So we do a bunch of comedy shows. We fundraisers. I am in the community, and I'll say this: a lot of people will reach out for information as far as how much this person costs. Or can I get this person? This should be a good idea. And I think we do need venues or a venue, more entertainment venues for our culture.
Right.
And so again, I work downtown. I am downtown. Downtown isn't minority friendly. Yeah. Nightlife isn't minority friendly. So I think I was one of the last nightclubs downtown. There's been a couple more that's open, but it's not minority friendly.
Right.
So we do need other venues in order to put on entertainment shows. You know, Live Oak Pavilion. Live Oak is just the naming rights for that location, but it's run by Live Nation.
Yeah.
And, you know, you looked at the list of concerts and you like, that.
Heck.
I mean, some of these are okay, but, you know.
You know.
So the last one we had was Maxwell.
Yeah.
Great turnout. You know, I was like, great. And so you look forward to hoping to see some more entertainment for us. And so I think it's a double-edged sword. A lot of times, I feel like we get in groups and settings, and sometimes we don't know how to act.
Yeah.
And so it's a liability, you know, it becomes a liability. And in my opinion, I think that's such a false narrative. Again, I had a nightclub downtown for 2.5, 3 years. I mean, yeah, you got alcohol and partying involved. You will have the occasional misunderstanding, but we didn't have many major brawls, no stabbings, no shootings, no nothing. And a block or two up the street, they got the paddy wagon out.
Yeah.
At some other clubs that didn't cater to us at all every weekend. And so I think of those individuals that's in charge of getting some of the entertainment in.
Yeah.
Come in and sit down with some of the key stakeholders in the community, minority, and say, hey, we would like to bring more talent in for you guys. How can we do this? And who should we bring? And if we're being honest, I love hip hop. I love that era. I would say, hey, let's start off with some R&B.
Yeah.
Bring some acts in, you know. Bring your Her to her concert. Like that was gonna come in.
That
wasn't no fault of the promoters though or her.
Yep.
She was just booked in too close to city.
Yeah.
And with her tour going on, they had to pick the one of them to drop off. Yeah. So, you know, but that would have been a sellout show.
It would have.
I think if you do, you know, they could play that game with the Z Fest when they bring whoever they want to pick in for that little one night. You know, come on, man, stop playing. Like if you can bring all those other acts in, you could throw.
Yeah.
Once a quarter. Give me 4 a year to start off. And y'all ain't asking for much. Give me 4 a year. Y'all doing 2 or 3 shows a month.
Right.
Once a quarter.
Once a quarter. I think that's a good start off.
Then we could, you know, kind of add in a little to, you know.
A little flair.
There you go.
A little rather.
Just one. Just to say, I'm gonna see what y'all do now.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I think the turnout will be more surprising than they think of all demographics.
I know it will. Because I'm on your show, I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say, so I'm gonna keep it on ice with that. So I ain't gonna do your show like that. But you're correct. You are correct.
Yeah. So you touched and said that you do comedy shows. You also do bingo.
Music bingo.
Using bingo.
Has exploded.
Right.
In the city.
So if you're here local and we're in Wilmington, North Carolina, where can they find the bingo?
Music bingo. Every Tuesday night is Carolina Ale House, South College Road.
Yeah.
Starting this week, you get 3 chances to catch music bingo in our area. All right. So on Monday nights, you got 7 Mile Post on Ogden. That's from 7 to 9.
All right.
Music bingo, the big shindig where we started at Carolina Ale House Tuesday nights, it's 8 to 10. And on Wednesday nights, you can catch us at Carolina Ale House, Jacksonville, North Carolina on Western Boulevard. They started calling, man. Like
you taking that draw?
I don't have a choice sometimes. So
when do you sleep?
Yeah, it means sleep is for the weekend.
Well, I must be weak because
I love my sleep too, but you know, it's so many things that got to be done.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, man, and I do. I have an amazing team and an amazing support system. I would take that to the grave.
Right.
Shout out to my team. I mean, my board of directors, Jakima, Dallas, Orlando, Rhonda, my wife, her niece, Mimi, Quanda. I mean, you name it. My support system is it's form around us so we get stuff done.
I am here for it. I'm here for it. I got 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
And then we get into the speed round, which you don't know none of these questions. So the first question I have, again, being so immersed in the community, how can the community help you?
By continuing to help one another. Let's start there.
Okay.
So I definitely don't want to make it about a me thing. I think if we all became, I heard something a friend of mine, Blvd, said the other day about neighborhood, and if we make neighbor large and hood smaller, I think that's a great way to start.
Okay.
So being more neighborly and loving everybody and coming together, like we all need each other, some way, form, or fashion. No ideas original. We can just improve on different ideas, and then be respectful of one another, support one another. That's how it can help me, because then it's less that I would have to do, in my opinion.
Okay. And then the last question, because you've touched so many different businesses, what advice would you give someone that's looking to be an entrepreneur?
Easy one. That's an easy question. There are no grants or startup funds. You have to have skin in the game. And I say that respectfully and from a loving place. Entrepreneurship is not easy. You assume that, I'm going to have this great idea. My friends and family are going to support me, and they will to a certain extent. It's not going to be your source of income. So you have to have a product or a service that's welcoming to everybody, not just your friends and family, not just what you like. It's got to be what everyone likes. And then you got to be willing to work. And so I tell new couples that's trying to start a business, make sure you're on solid ground, because if you're starting a business, that business requires so much attention. You don't get the date nights at first.
Yeah.
You don't get I get off at 5 o'clock, we're going to eat dinner together. You don't get that at first, because that new business is going to require so much of your time and energy.
Yeah.
That you don't necessarily have time to pour into someone in a new relationship. And you got to give it a little time until it grows, and then you guys can kind of figure out what needs to be done then. And so, yeah.
Solid answer. You ready for a speed round?
Let's get it.
All right. These are quick answers that you just off the brain. So, you say you love hip hop. Who's your favorite rapper?
Jay-Z.
Oh, that's good answer. All right. What's your favorite thing about being an entrepreneur?
My time.
Okay. What's your least favorite thing?
Less sleep.
Less sleep. Okay. What is a business idea that you had but you never started?
Creating my own cologne.
What? All right. Sorry, that messed me up, because I'm like, dang, that's a real good idea. That's a real good idea. In your very spare free time, what do you like to do?
Just be with friends and family.
Yeah.
Hang out with the kids.
Yeah. Again, Black History Month. How do you plan to celebrate?
I celebrate Black History every day.
See, that's the answer I was looking for.
Single
Every
day, Black History.
See? And I'm going to end it right there, because that's the answer that I was looking for. That's the answer that I was looking for. It's not a month. It's all year long. So I want to thank Atiba for coming on the show. This has been a phenomenal episode. Again, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. I'm Rhema T. Peace.